What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be testing the 5th tier. Actually, no, it's not the 5th tier. We're not doing a 5th tier video. We are actually doing the max tier of one of the heroes, Gwendolyn. Now, this is probably my favorite hero, and just before we get started, I will say a few things. Firstly, I'm going to try and do a video for tomorrow that is battles, because I know lots of people don't always want to see BTD6, so I'll try and get a Bloons TD Battles video out for tomorrow. Also, join my Discord server. It's in the link in the description. It's fairly active now, actually. There are more than like 1,000 messages per day, so I'd advise you to join if you want to talk to me, talk to other people that are talking about balloons and stuff, although we don't really talk about balloons that much. Anyway, let's get into the video. So, let's get it up to max tier. Most of these upgrades are just like slightly increased popping power, and the ability unlocks, but I'll go through them fairly slowly so you guys can see what they do. Also, it does have it has a radius bonus on one of the upgrades, and it has the 𝖭𝖊𝖑 stuff, which is actually very, very useful. Anyway, so this is the max tier. It looks very, very cool. And let's send out 100. We've got 100 here. Let's send out 100 zebra balloons. Now you'll see that balloon popping power is one of the strong points of this tower. It's amazing at popping balloons. Hundreds zebra balloons. It's not that hard to pop, but it did a very, very good job. So now I'm going to send out 200. This is 200 rainbow balloons. And if I speed it up, you'll see that it's going to deal with this fairly easily. And 200 rainbow balloons, that packed that tightly, is no mean feat. That's really, really strong popping power. Now 100 ceramics. Now you'll actually be surprised because each ceramic takes 10 hits to open, so it's much harder than a rainbow balloon. But this is where the 𝖭𝖑𝖈 stuff really comes into play. You can see the 𝖭𝖑𝖈 stuff is just wreaking havoc with these balloons. Across the corners, it just completely demolishes the ceramic balloons and it takes those out easily. But of course, there is a slight problem with this 𝖭𝖑𝖈 stuff, and that is regrow balloons. Of course, regen rainbows, they're not going to be a problem if I speed this up. You'll see they don't even get past the first turn. It's that good. It's got so much popping power. And if I send 100 regen ceramics, you'll see it's actually defended this once for me. I don't know if it was the positioning or like setting it to strong or something, but it did deal with this once. But you'll see it does struggle a bit more against this because they do regrow and the 𝖭𝖑𝖈 stuff is not quite as effective against these balloons. But again, it does do a fairly good job actually. It cleans up the majority of these balloons. It actually cleans up all the balloons. Wow, I did not expect that. That's only happened once. And if I send some fortified regen ceramics, of course it's going to struggle even more, but this is where its ability comes into play, and it's got two abilities. One of them does this and it burns all the balloons on the screen and does tons of damage. The other one is a bit different, and if I send tons of ceramics out, I'm going to put the count to 0. I don't really want the counts there anymore. We'll use the ability in a minute. We'll send tons and tons of these these regen ceramics, and then we use this ability, right? So this ability, this just demolishes any balloons that it touches it basically. Look at this. They're not even getting past the corner. It just demolishes the balloon. And the good thing about it as well is that it actually, when the ability comes back, I'll fast forward it actually hits camo balloons as well. And the tower does not hit camo balloons, but with this ability, it can actually hit camo balloons. And you can just see how much damage it does. And also this ability as well can hit camo balloons. And you can see how effective these two abilities are. This tower is so good at popping balloons. But now, 𝖭𝖆𝖆 class balloons. Is it any good against 𝖭𝖆𝖆 class balloons? Of course, DDTs, it can't really pop. It doesn't have camo popping power. It does have the abilities, not that good. If we send a couple of 𝖭𝖆𝖆s out, maybe like 10 or so 𝖭𝖆𝖆s against it, using no abilities, you'll see that it has fairly decent 𝖭𝖆𝖆 popping power. Actually, it does a nice job against this. If we send out 3 BFBs. That's actually 2 BFBs, or maybe that's 3. I can't actually see for sure. But again, It's got good popping power, it pops it very, very quickly. Obviously, it's not the best MOAB popping power, it's much better for Bloons, but for one of the heroes, which you get free upgrades for as you go on, it's very good. And it only leaks 2 pinks, 2 greens, and 2 reds to 2 BFBs. Now, the moment of truth. Can it defend a 𝖂𝖆𝖑? And you'll be really surprised. I'm going to use the first ability here, just to do a little bit of damage. And then we'll get this ability as well. Oh, okay, that was just useless because it didn't even hit it. But you'll see soon enough, this will do insane damage to the 𝖂𝖆𝖑. And I didn't even time the abilities that well. But still, it's OP. It's really, really good. This max tier hero is very, very good. It's good. It's better at Bloon popping power, but it's also good at MOAB popping power. I'm going to save this one of these fire abilities for the Bloons because that can really overwhelm it. Also, I didn't realize the 𝖂𝖆𝖑 loses one of its I'm not really sure how to call it. I guess engines when it's damaged. That's pretty cool. I never really actually noticed that, so that's interesting. But okay, once it strips the 𝖂𝖆𝖑 down to BFBs, you see it strips down the BFB layers so quickly. So quickly. Sadly, it didn't actually pop it down to MOABs there, which it did normally when I was testing it out. Never mind, it doesn't really matter. It takes a while to get round the corner, but once it does, you'll see it's gonna wreck these, and we'll get the this ability up, and then we'll use the last fire ability here, and you'll see it gets it down to ceramics, and then the ceramics, if they're fired, will pop a bit. So it can actually pop a whole 𝖂𝖆𝖑 class Bloon down to Bloons, which is very, very good. So hope you enjoyed this video. In my opinion, this is the best hero. I will be covering all the other heroes. Of course, Bloons TD Battles video soon. And yeah, if you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, press the notification bell, and see you in the next video.